Hey guys, this is Kevin from ReadyMadeRC. Today I'm here to introduce to you the Strix Tactical Flight Pack, or TFP for short. It's a backpack we've been working on for a long time with FPV in mind, and it's got tons of great features for you. First of all, we're going to start out with the external features. Then we're going to go to the internal features, explain those. Finally, to the accessories, and then we're going to show you how you can pack yours. Okay, so one of the first things you're going to notice when you open up this backpack for the first time is the 1000D nylon. Now that's high quality nylon, it's going to last you several years. It's very, very strong. Another key feature is the YKK zippers throughout the entire bag with nice pull straps. The Strix TFP also features the Moloch System, which is a series of small straps like this that allows you to use a lot of third-party add-ons, so you can add practically anything you want to onto the bag. Another key feature that makes this a top-of-the-line bag is the high-quality stitching throughout. Okay, so next up we have the extra long double padded shoulder straps, which works great for big guys like me. We also have the adjustable chest buckle with elastic tensioner. You'll also notice you have a lot of extra room here for slack. So you've got plenty of room to adjust this for whether you're small or a larger person. Okay, you'll also notice the optional waistband belt buckles, as well as the ventilation for your back that's in between the additional padding on the corners, and the rubberized grips to keep it from sliding off your back when you've got heavy equipment. Lastly, you'll notice a zipper compartment down here for a duck bag, which we will go over later. Moving on, we have the laptop holder. Now this will actually hold a 15-inch laptop with case, and the back plate is removable, so if you wanted to take it out, you could. And behind the reinforced handle, you'll find the felt-lined pocket, which is intended for sunglasses, GoPros, or anything that you would not like to be scratched. And on the side, you'll notice we've continued with the MOLLE webbing, a full-length side pocket. It's great for holding your cables, props, or other tools. And inside, if you can see it, we have a tiny pocket. It's hidden for small SD cards, cache, or identification. On the opposite side, you'll notice we have, in addition to the side pocket and MOLLE webbing, but we've also added the drink holder, which doubles as a tripod holder. And if you've got pointy tripod feet like I do, you'll appreciate the extra strong ripstop fabric. And what you will do is you will place your tripod feet in here, strap with the compression strap. So on these front two main compartments, we have added Velcro for morale patches. We've added padding on the bottom and on the front for your RC transmitter. And inside this main pocket, we have more MOLLE strapping, which we'll explain what we use that for later. You also have an additional mesh pocket here with ripstop on the edges to keep tools from poking through. Now above the main pocket, we have what we intended as the tool pocket. It has mesh liner with ripstop on the edges, as well as a felt-lined internal pocket for additional GoPros or items you wouldn't like to be scratched. Okay, so now that we've covered the outside of the bag, let's move on to the inside. First, we're going to unclip the compression straps, unzip, and open. Here you'll find the three main mesh compartments, which are great for props and other items. And on the inside, you'll notice the first 6 battery slots. Now these are also good for GoPros, lipo checkers, or any other tools you might have that fits inside here. Along the back, we have more MOLLE strapping, which we'll get to shortly. Inside the main compartment is a secondary main compartment. If I unzip this, you will find another 6 battery slots, or tool slots as we talked about before, and more MOLLE strapping. This is a reinforced center divider which can easily be removed, rolled up, and tucked out of your way. With each Strix TFP, we have included 4 releasable buckle straps to attach to your MOLLE webbing, a waterproof duck back, and a Strix gimbal cover to protect your radio. So starting with the releasable buckles, you'll need to weave the edges into the MOLLE strapping to secure it to the bag. And now that you've attached the buckle to the bag, you can securely attach your multi-rotor to your backpack. It's as simple as that. So here we have 3 of the most popular radios out there today for multi-rotor pilots, and the Strix gimbal cover fits easily on all 3 of them. The tall profile of the gimbal cover can also help protect the switches. As you can see on the Taranis X9D, it is actually contoured to fit without having gaps on the sides. Inside the front main pocket is where we intended most RC transmitters to live with this backpack. As you can see, there's plenty of room for it. And if you want to, you can even use the side buckles to help secure it inside the MOLLE strapping. And the final accessory is the waterproof duck back, and it goes on easily just like this. So as you can see, this backpack is fully loaded with multi-rotors on the back with props, and the duck back still has no problem going over the back of it. So if you're ever unfortunate enough to get caught out in the rain, you do have a solution to protect your gear. It was really easy to put on, and it's really easy to take off as well. Alright, so now that we've covered all the basics of the backpack and the features, we've brought in Ockbots to show us how he packs his TFP.
Yep, so out of all the packs that I've owned, this is by far my favorite. I've had this for quite some time, and I've been doing a lot of testing and helping develop it a little bit, and I'm really excited with this bag. So I'm going to go over just how I have it set up for the most part in a general configuration. So when I'm going around, home, or when I go to the places to fly, this is generally how I have it set up. You can see I have 2 multi-rotors, and this is generally how I carry it. I normally have them ready to go. These are the 2 that I'll be using. So as soon as I break one, I go to the next one. And that's just a quick buckle, and I got one to go. And one of the cool features is you can open all these pockets without having to take stuff off or remove anything. But to show you guys, I'm gonna pull everything off. Let's just unpack like I'm fixing to get ready to fly at a local fly spot. I pull my radio out, which has the bra on there, which is awesome. Like I said, I've been carrying this backpack for a long period of time, and I've never had any issues with transmitters, and especially now that we have the bras. While that I've got this pocket open, I normally carry all my antennas in this front pocket here. So I've got a lot of these Menace antennas and left and rights, the patches and the circularly polarized, and I'll pull those out for my goggles and my ground station.
Easy to change if you break one too.
Yeah. So I normally carry a ground station for when I'm going somewhere that I know that has bad reception, such as like abandoned buildings or...
It's a lot of concrete.
Yeah, new spots with multipathing or anything like that.
Metal.
I carry my clear view and tripod, and then that pulls out and sets up really quickly. Throw my antennas on there that I showed you. Next up, I would open this up. So as you can see, sometimes I'll throw a DSLR camera on here. I do that most of the time. And even though I don't always make videos, I'll still capture footage a lot of the time just for fun. But while I'm opening this up, I'll go ahead and show you what I have in here. I have this pocket, which I normally use for all my straps or anything that I'll need to get to quickly. So I use these for my battery straps and any stuff like that. Breakable parts, props, these are normally what I go through the most.
Do you keep your CW and CCW props separate?
Right, so yeah, I have CW in one side and CCW in the other.
Okay.
Yeah. And so these are 5-inch Strix props that I normally use. I mean, I'll switch in and out from time to time depending on what I'm running. But so yeah, so let me just pull this out of the way. And when I'm flying at home, I generally just put like goggle batteries in these pockets right here. Right. So now that I'm going into my main compartment, I normally don't unzip this all the way. I only unzip it just a little bit and then pull stuff out that I need. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys everything that I have in here. So I have a bag of lipos. Sometimes, in fact, most of the time I have 2 of these in there with all my flight packs. And that's for when I'm not traveling. This is for when I'm at home. My goggles, and then an extra quad, sometimes 2 quads, strapped down to the MOLLE webbing in the back here.
You can never have enough quads, right?
Right. Especially flying abandoned buildings and stuff. I seem to destroy them very quickly.
You might lose a few of them too.
Yep, you never know. So with these battery pockets, I generally don't put batteries in there unless I'm traveling. So when I'm going out, I'll normally just throw goggle batteries, tools,
Lipo checkers.
exactly, little stuff like that. I'll throw in there, and I generally carry all my batteries in 2 lipo bags just because it's easy to pull them out and throw them back in there. But when I am traveling, I normally do throw my lipos in here, just so it's easy to keep track of. And remember, I came with 12 batteries, and I'm leaving with 12 batteries, so I have an idea of exactly how many batteries I have. Another way I'll use this is if I'll pull all my batteries out and I'll start flying, and as soon as I run a dead battery down, I'll throw it back in the bag, so that way I know this one's dead.
Okay, so that's the inside. What do you use for your outside pockets?
This is the top front pocket, which I generally use for all my tools. So I kind of carry as minimal tools as possible, just like a pair of pliers, some cutters,
Keeping it lightweight.
a multi-tool, and then like a couple of sockets in the front pocket here. But this is generally how I carry it, just so it's easy to throw them in and out whenever I'm in a hurry to change props. And behind the felt line pocket, I normally carry a couple of Gopros. I always carry 3 Gopros with me, just because I'm constantly filming the entire time, and I'm out flying with one and charging the other 2.
And you're pretty hard on them anyways. I see you've got a missing lens in the front of this one, so.
That's true. So I've always got at least 2 backups.
Yeah.
And one's charging, so yeah. So in the other felt line pocket, I normally just carry little bitty stuff. So like my SD cards, SD card reader, sunglasses, things of that nature. I'll throw that in there. Just things that I don't really need to get to often, and
But you want to protect.
but I do want to protect because they're valuable items.
You don't want to lose your footage after a long day of flying.
Yeah. And then in this back compartment, I do carry a laptop. I carry a MacBook Pro, a 15-inch MacBook Pro, with a waterproof case.
With the case.
Yeah. So it doesn't really need a waterproof case. I just use this for extra protection, just because it's a valuable thing, and
They're expensive to replace.
Yeah, I want to make sure that this thing's as protected as I can get it. But I use and abuse this thing, throw it around, and it's perfectly fine. As you can see, I carry a Bluetooth audio box, and I'll use this with like the TBS race tracker, so I can hear my lap times being called out.
That's a great idea. I didn't know it could do that.
So I'll actually listen to music with this, and then I'll actually set up the TBS race tracker, and it'll call out audible times over this.
Over the audio.
While listening to music, so
Wow,
it's really cool.
That's great.
And then side pockets, it's not too crazy, my TBS race tracker. And then I carry an extra battery bank, which this is pretty big. It's like 15,000 milliamp hours, enough to charge several days. It's got 2 outputs. And
very cool.
And then next up, I carry a external soldering iron that we carry here at ReadyMadeRC, up to 4S, and this thing is a lifesaver.
Great for emergencies, right?
Yeah, this thing, sometimes when I travel, I'll actually just use this as a main soldering iron.
You can even cauterize a flesh wound with that.
Yeah, you can shrink, heat shrink, whatever you need to do with that. So that's the main thing. I'll throw extra little chargers in here, just adapters.
Various things.
Yeah. So that's that main pocket. And then on the pocket with the tripod, I'll carry some smaller stuff, mainly just like my microphone for my DSLR camera, some extra cable, so I can either charge things up, or I can connect my MacBook Pro to my quads, and I can tune, update firmware, whatever I need to do there. And then I've also got one more extra battery bank. I normally only carry one of these, but looks like I have 2 this time.
Never enough power.
Yeah, so that's mostly it.
So how do you incorporate the MOLLE strapping? I know you had your speaker on the outside. I see you've got a few extra accessories here. Where did you get these at?
Yeah, I just got some extra accessories on Amazon.com. So it was like Amazon Prime. I think they were like $20. I can't remember, but I initially got these for. I used to carry around a little tiny chair.
Really?
Yeah, and so it would, like, you'd unfold it and then pop it up and sit on it, and like REI sells them and places like that. And so yeah, it works perfect for carrying that on here. I only carry that if I'm going somewhere like on a hiking trip. I'll use that for that.
And there are some strap holes on the bottom too.
Yep.
So you could lash a chair onto it. Yep. Horizontally as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of different configurations. And actually, something that I didn't show that I normally carry is paracord. So you can use paracord for a lot of stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
As well. Overall, it's just a great tactical pack. I mean, I carry some extra stuff as well. I got a few Morale patches and
RMRC, and then of course the American flag.
yeah, I've actually got a couple of these bags. I'm gonna use one as a bug out bag, and then use one as my FPV bag, and one as my work bag with all my extra stuff, but
You sound like a Boy Scout.
yeah. Over prepared.
Yeah. So I know that we've used these bags for a lot of traveling, even worldwide. I know that you had yours in Dubai. Did you have any issues for TSA or for customs or any other issues at all?
No, I haven't had any issues with this bag. In fact, I feel like it makes it a little bit easy to get to things. No, not at all.
They didn't raise an eye at possibly being a military bag?
No,
All right.
no, it was pretty straightforward. I mean, we carry a lot of things in there that look pretty dangerous, lipos and transmitters and carbon fiber and all this scary stuff, but no, there's not been a single issue. In fact, I think it helps most cases.
I know I had mine in China for 2 weeks with a DX9 in the front, and this was an earlier version, didn't have any padding on it or the transmitter cover, and I had no issues traveling multiple airlines through multiple customs lines and TSA. So I know this bag will work well for you. Another great feature about this bag is that it will actually function if you don't overload it like AJ does. It'll actually work as a personal item that'll fit underneath the front seat of you in the airline. What this means is it allows you to still have an overhead carry-on as well as your personal item, as long as you don't overload it.
Yeah. Well, I actually have 2 of these, and I overload one and throw it in the overhead, and then the other one I'll throw in under the front seat.
All right.
Yeah, no issues. I love it.
All right, guys, that pretty much covers it for the Strix Tactical Flight Pack. Look for it on ReadyMadeRC.com or your favorite Strix dealer. Thanks for watching.